Morning everyone, I am Shabina Fatma. Welcome to my YouTube channel. Today we are going to discuss about the fire. So what is fire? Let's begin. For a fire to get started, we need three material. What are they? One is fuel, another one is oxygen, and the next one is heat. So, a fire is a self sustaining oxidation reaction which results in the evolution of huge amount of heat as well as light. The combustion described as chemical reaction. So these three they make the fire triangle: fuel, air, and heat. But there is chemical reaction is also involved in it, so it can be a fire tetrahedron. So the fourth component can be chemical reaction. Now the chemistry of fire: we need one substance which we are putting in in order to start the fire. So the fuel can be methane molecule, then the oxygen is added to it, and then we provide heat. So the combustion takes place. So one molecule of carbon dioxide is released and two molecules of water molecule in the vapor form. So, and lots of energy are also released. So the chemistry of fire: a fuel will produce a flame only when it is in the gaseous state. So when we put any fuel in order to start the fire, when we put any kind of fuel, this fuel is first converted to gaseous state. Only after that it produces the flame. So there are four stages of fire development. One is ignition, another one is growth, another one is fully developed, and the next one is decay. For anything to get started, what we should do? First of all, we have to initiate the thing. Then the growth phase is there, then fully developed, and after that decay. In all spheres of life, you see these stages only: the initiation, the growth, then the fully developed, and then the decay. So in fire, these four stages are present. So first of all, ignition. In this stage, the fire ignites and reaches a point where it no longer needs the output sources to keep burning. Means they have the sufficient resources in order to continue burning. Now, as it has all the resources, it continues to grow. Fire releases heat, bringing more fuel to its ignition temperature, and the heat is transferred to nearby surfaces through radiation. Now the next step is fully developed, where all the fuels in the fire's perimeter are burning, or everything is burning. Now the next step is decay. Decay occurs when the fire has run out of available fuel, when there is no fuel available because everything is consumed. So the suppression action takes place, and the fire is now reduced to smoldering embers. There is a term called flash over. Means the contents in the room are brought to their ignition temperature, and if sufficient oxygen is present, then flash over can occur. There is a term called backdraft. Flame may die out and glowing combustion takes place. Fire gases and smoke are alternately forced out. When the fire occur in a building, we should apply the basic methods for the analysis of fire debris. So the fire investigation, when we go for investigating any fire scene, we have to look for the point of origin. Point of origin, POO, means this point of origin is the place from where the fire is started. So the cause of fire must be near this POO, and fire burns longer at this point of origin. And if any kind of accelerants, ignition material, kerosene oil, lighter were used, so we can get those items in this POO, point of origin. We can find the burnt matchstick or the lighter or the few drops of kerosene oil or any kind of accelerants. If there are various point of origin, then it may indicate arson, means someone has deliberately put fire in a particular building. Because there are various point of origin, the interior examination, shielding damage may lead to point of origin. Now let's talk about the fire patterns, the char patterns. Char patterns created by very hot fires that burn very quickly, they are very fast. V patterns, inverted cone pattern, chimney effect. Chimney effect. Chimney effect means when the fire gets started, it burns in a upward fashion, like a chimney effect. And if the roof is not entirely burnt and the fire investigator finds such a hole, then the POO, that is point of origin, must be beneath it, directly underneath it. So the color of smoke determine the type of material that was burning, color of smoke. And the color of flame indicate at what temperature the fire is. So there are two terms, color of flame and color of smoke. So the color of smoke determine ki what type of material is burning, and the color of flame indicates at what temperature the whole materials are burning. Now, melting point of metals. Each metal has a unique melting point. Fire investigation or arson investigation. Arson investigation, if there are huge amounts of damage and if the things are here and they are if there are unusual burn patterns, then there can be a possibility that it is arson. Portable gas chromatographs, chemical tests can be performed. Dogs can detect the smell of particular accelerants and they can help us, they can assist us in telling about the point of origin or the kind of accelerant used to fire the building. Arson investigation, discovering bodies. Sometimes bodies are also found at the crime scene, burnt bodies. So in burnt bodies we can look for carbon monoxide poisoning. Butterfly patterns are formed in the lungs in burning cases. Methods for isolating and concentrated accelerants. We collect the evidences in metal container and we should label the container with all the details. Methods for isolating and concentrating accelerants. Steam distillation method, solvent extraction, head space, solid phase, vapor concentration on charcoal. Solvent extraction. Two immiscible solvents are used. For extracting the material. and they form, one form the organic layer, the other form the aqueous layer, and these liquids are shaken well and then let it stand for some time. The two layers are separated and we collect the analyte by opening the knob of the separating funnel. Headspace method. In headspace, there is an airtight container and the fire debris is placed inside it, and the heat is supplied to the container. All the residues are collected in the container airspace. Next method can be the vapor concentration method. Here there is an airtight container and the fire debris is placed inside it, and there is a charcoal strip, and there is a charcoal strip placed at the top of the container. All the residues get absorbed to the charcoal surface, and then we can collect the residues from the charcoal strip and inject it into the GC or GCMS. Next is the solid phase extraction. Solid phase, it has so many cartridges, and this can be used to isolate analytes of interest from wide variety of matrices. Methods for isolating and concentrated accelerants. One is steam distillation, headspace vapor. In headspace there is an airtight container, and all the vapors get accumulated in the closed air space, and then we can use the syringe and collect all the residues, and then we can put it into the GCMS. Now there is a passive headspace adsorption. There is a closed chamber, there is a charcoal strip, and all the fire residues upon heating get adsorbed on the charcoal strip. Then we can we can take out this charcoal strip, we can extract it, and then we can go for GCMS or GCFID. There is a solid phase micro extraction. There is a solid phase micro extraction fiber. We can collect the residues, and then we can go for GC or GCMS. Accelerant lab testing, gas chromatography. GC, in the laboratory, the gas chromatography is the most sensitive and reliable instrument. The problem with gas chromatography is that in order to analyze evidence, we have to destroy it. Means it is destructive technique. Another technique is laser ablation. Is the process of removing material from a solid surface by irradiating it with laser beam. Laser ablation etches off only a tiny slice of a sample with needle-like beam. Ignitable liquids were detectable. So in arson investigation or in fire investigation, we can go for solvent extraction or purge and trap method. In purge and trap method, what happened? There is a closed airtight container, and we put the charcoal strip in it, and we apply heat to that closed container. Then the fire debris, the residues are collected, adsorbed to the charcoal strip. Then we remove that charcoal strip from the airtight container, extract the residues, and put the residues into the GCMS for further examination. So friends, this is all about fire investigation and arson investigation. If you like the video, then please do like, share, comment, and subscribe to my channel. Thank you. Jai Hind.